All right, so I'm just going live now because may as well. And so today I'm going to be doing some of these facial features. So if you're curious as to how this is going to go, so am I. Let's see what happens here because this is all going to be interesting to me. So we got L200 foam. I got the hot glue gun here just kicking in for nailing down some of these features that I want to make sure to accent underneath the fabric, and then we're going to cut down the fabric and sew those seams that we need to sew, and then yeah, we're going to add some extra fur and all that for the other features. Going to use some of the pink marker. Hey, Random Brad, how you doing? So I'm gonna give this a shot for doing some of the lips because I was testing it out on some fabric earlier and just seeing the final result, just to kind of give it that look that you see on Weldon the IT Guy, if you know what I'm talking about. So don't know if you can see it or how well you can see it. Don't know if it shows up. Maybe the light's too bright. Oh well, doesn't matter. All right, so the glue gun is just warming up here. So I'm kind of going back and forth on this nose that I started the other day and what to do there. So while I'm waiting for things to warm up, maybe I'll mess around with this nose quick because I need the black felt. And so, because what I'm going to be doing is giving a little bit of a nostril here. So I'm thinking I'm going to chop out just a tiny bit of black just to kind of put into this corner just to give it that that depth look. And then I'm maybe tack this down with the hot glue once it's ready and then go from there. So yeah, let's see what happens here. This is all just experimentation. Do some of that. Maybe that again. So we can always make it smaller if we have to. Okay, so I need the sewing needle. Now, for those of you who didn't see any of the other posts that end up watching, I just took the time this morning, and when I was just eating breakfast and kind of getting ready for the day with the girls as they're eating breakfast, I sewed that whole mouth in. So I didn't have to do it here. I kind of wasted everyone's time. That took an hour and a half to sew all that in. And so don't want to do that with everyone else watching. I didn't mind starting it because then you can kind of see what I was doing. But yeah, so what was I doing? I need black, not red. Black. Here we are. No, that's blue. Black. So don't really need a lot. That's the key here. Once that hot glue starts going, that's when I'm just going to start on the main part of the body there, or the main part of the head. So thread that. And tie this down. Because if this nose ends up looking like junk, then I don't mind. Oh, Random Bread. So you make puppets for a hobby. Yeah, kind of. I made the girls a couple puppets for Christmas because they saw some of the puppets I was making. I made my mother-in-law a puppet for Christmas. And then I made a couple other guys, including Floral. And then I made Nelson. And then I made Coco. Or no, Coco, then Nelson. And so that kind of got me going here. I think that's going to kind of look nice. I don't know how I can see that. Are you awake? More awake tonight? I am absolutely more awake tonight. Yeah. So All right, I'm going to go through the back here and do this. I don't know how well this is going to work just because I got the glue in there. The contact cement. Does that look? I think that's maybe too much of a contrast. That's maybe not a good idea. I don't want to. All right. So we're scrapping that idea. However, I thought I had. This is where we do a little bit of experimentation with fabric that we got. So this is a kind of a purpley color here. And if I don't know how well that shows up on the camera there. Hey, Fluffy, how you holding up? I think that's too purple. Strategies. What other markers do I have kicking around here? I have a gold one, but I don't want his nose to be sparkly. I do have this one. So if I just kind of draw in and smooth it out, it might actually look a little bit better. The question is, do I commit? Hey, Zero popping in from work. Nice to see. I'm not doing too bad. The oldest kid still has a slight cough, but it's getting better. And so my cough is almost all the way gone as well. But at this point, now it's a matter of questioning, do I commit with the Sharpie? And just go for it. If it's a small amount of fabric, it's probably not going to hurt. I just don't want to waste time. You know what? It's all about experimentation. So let's do it. But I'm not going to do a lot of this. I'm just going to see how fast this is. Oh, okay. So this isn't, because it's already got glue in there, it's not spreading like it did on the other pieces. It spreads a little bit, but not a lot. Trying to get that match. Just make it look a little dirtier if I can. Somewhat. Well, that's the commitment there. So that's what his nose is gonna probably wind up looking like, if you can kind of see that. I grabbed my better camera, by the way. Is that nose you see across the way on that red container? I'm trying to see what you're looking at. Nose on a red container. I have no idea what you're talking about, Fluffy. No idea. But that's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna. Okay, we got some hot glue. Okay, so here we go. Nose is being set aside because we want to see how this thing is actually going to look. Because this is the stuff that matters. Alright. So one of the things I'm going to do is be putting some hot glue, not a lot at a time, hopefully, extreme, just along the ridge, just to kind of give that a little bit more rigidity with the sewing, because I don't know how tight it is, or how good the sewing actually is, because it's just so loosely there. So I'm going to try and pack that down really quick here before I get too crazy. Don't want to kill myself. myself here with heat. Because it's not too hot yet. It'll cool fairly quick now. So. Up above the duck stream. Trying to see what it's pointing at. Is that over there? Like all the way over there. There's no noses over there. There's. Oh, no, that's actually a slipper, it looks like. I think I know what you're talking about. It's like a little kid's slipper. It's a bear. I saw that crew. Pretty sure that's what you're talking about, Fluff. Ugh. All right. So that's now, in theory, a little more tacked down. So now what I want to do, use this glue, is I'm going to tack down just underneath this ridge here. So that we can kind of see some of this definition. The problem is that's going to affect the fabric sense. Might have been a bad idea. That's okay. It's true. We'll be able to cover it. Okay, so I did figure out what you're looking at. That's good. I feel better about that now. Good to know you're checking out the basement there, Fluffy. Okay, need another glue stick here. Look at that. Once we can figure out how to pull all that tight. So I don't mind if there's seams. Don't really want one right in the middle of the chin. And once it's all tight, that's gonna have some good definition there. All right, well, I guess that's that. That was easy. All right. So here's the top of the head here that we're going to be working in. So I'm going to tack a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here. Hello, Sherry. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for sharing the first one I think you were that shared the stream today, this afternoon or morning or whatever it was. Get that definition in there. Try this side now. That gives them some more character. So now the next step is going to be laying some glue along here and along here. I'm going to try and tuck some glue in this ridge here, and then in theory up above, and kind of glue along here. Again, this is all just for kind of bringing out these features. So, here we go. And worst case scenario, if I kind of screw up with the glue, I do have a heat gun, and hot glue and heat guns do not make good friends, except if you make a mistake. And so I don't need this to be super well defined. I just want it to be somewhat recognizable that there's a dip here. I don't know how well that's showing up on there, but again, this is a new way for me doing this. Normally I make a whole pattern and then kind of go from there. Like drape the fabric and then, or drape a fabric over top, make a fabric pattern. Oh yeah, look at those cheeks, how they're standing out. I think you can see that on there. I'm feeling pretty good about this, kids. So now, some glue here, right in that brow. I'm actually going to kind of load it up. Hopefully that works. All right, there we go. Just want to put a little bit of extra time into these eye sockets, because obviously it's where the eyes are going. So hot glue gun's cooling off now. I hate this. It's a lot of glue there. So I'm gonna have to take a break from the hot glue so the gun can warm up again. So far, I know you can only see the shadows from the one side because that one light is pretty bright, but yeah, so this is where I'm like, so I'll just explain to you because the hot glue on here needs to warm up for a minute. But so this nose is pins. Let's do it like this, so you guys can kind of really visualize. We're on visualizing by actually seeing it. So part of me is thinking, I didn't run this by my wife at all, but it's just a thought. But I like building puppets. Some people, they want a puppet, but they want their own puppet, but they don't know how to make a puppet. So part of me is thinking, for my own streams, what I would do is whoever basically set up like an order form, and you would buy all the materials. You would have it shipped to me, to my PO box. I would pick it up. I would construct the puppet via Livestream, and then those who want to trust me with their puppet, they could see this thing come to life before their eyes and see the actual progress. And then I would just, once it's done, ship it to them. And then that way it would kind of give me just a constant stream, but give you guys something to look forward to. And we give a lot of kind of fresh content. So far, this is kind of the idea. And what I'm going to do is have this black faux fur. And he's going to have, without the foam pieces in there, he's going to have black hair, kind of like that. And so you guys can kind of visualize that. I'll trim up the fur and all that, put some hairspray in it and stuff. But this way, you're kind of getting a visual for what I'm thinking. The black is a little crazy on the contrast, but I don't know. Let's troll. The other alternative is I do have red. So if black just really doesn't work, we can see what red looks like. So, all right. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So how do you guys feel? The nose might need to actually be a little bit smaller. Don't know how well that shows up here. Let's try this. Turn this light on. And I turn this light away for a second. That shows up a little bit better. So obviously things are just pinned on right now. They're not actually where they would be finished product, but that's kind of the idea. So maybe the nose is too big. Just because of the fabric, I think. That might be it, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Lots of light is good. Okay. So I'm pretty sure the hot glue should be ready to go again. All right, so maybe part of me is wondering if I should maybe try to pinch a little bit of hot glue just to kind of give him that little furrowed brow. I'm wondering. I think that might give him just a little bit of extra character because he's like, think of my grumpy troll. You know what I mean? Let's just try it. See what happens. Worst case scenario, heat it up, and it'll just become a little bit more cemented right there. Okay, let's see what happens. I could be doing this with contact cement, but I feel like for this, hot glue is probably okay. Because it's features that don't really move a lot, or at least they shouldn't be. Not liking what's happening here. Thankfully, this is all kind of covered with hair anyway. So, what's going to wind up happening here is I'm going to have to try and pull this together as much as possible. See if I can get away with just one dart. So, if you don't know, a dart is basically this shark fin I'm creating. So I would be cutting along there. I'm thinking that might be what I do. Because that'll be the easiest kind of spot to hide. So what I'm going to do is pin that there. That'll give me an idea of where this is going. And I learned today from another live stream that I was watching, a guy that was kind of teaching some of the techniques that I'm doing today, is when you're doing darts and stuff, you want to do them on an angle. You don't want to do like a scar going straight. He apparently learned that from a plastic surgeon. So, because otherwise your eyes will actually miss the seam easier. Okay, so this can come down this way. Glue. Probably don't really need glue right here. Probably should actually glue it right here. I think about it, but I'm committed now. That actually just probably help with that side view. Side profile is the proper word. How's my mic audio? Is it okay, guys? I actually don't really know. Live stream yesterday sounded kind of okay, like it wasn't like the best, but I wasn't going for studio quality or anything. I was just doing it through the webcam. On my headphones, one of the two. Oh. Excellent. Sounds good. Oh, that was 8:58, so no one's responding to that question. Okay. So, here we go, and this is where I kind of scare myself at what I'm about to do. So I'm going to start cutting off some of this excess fabric here. Some of this is not going to be at all necessary because of how I'm doing the fur on the back. Place that there. You got this. Thanks, Fluff. Appreciate it. All right. So the nice thing is about using fleece is it's very forgiving. And I've actually known that for a very, very long time. You know what? I'll just cut it. Since it seems to be we're just committing here, kids. We're just going all. There. Just gonna bend these pieces in. Right on the side. Right. Kind of seeing her come together, huh? So I don't want that seam to be right in the chin. I want it to be. Can I get as much off to the side here as possible? Dirty pen just because I've used glue before. Okay, so we got 2 decent spots for seams. I'll tackle the side of that John a minute. But here we go. Let's see that. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens. That looks filthy right there. Don't know if you can see that. Whatever. Okay. Again, most of that's likely to get covered anyway, so I don't have to feel too bad about it. Same with these sides. It's going to have like, I'm going to give it like a bit of a neck beard, to be honest. So most of that's not ever going to be seen by another soul other than you guys. But hey guys, how's it going? Kind of looking better. Maybe I'll. Okay, so it's now time to do some stitching. Alright. Is anyone watching any good streams right now? Other than me? Okay, I'm up for that. He does gaming. For those who are looking in the chat and have no idea what Fluffy's talking about. On Twitch. Okay. Now I'm going to save myself a little bit of hassle here. And one trick is to fight tangles is waxing. And so what I did is just grabbed one of my old candles here. I'm not tangling right before it gets into the wax anyway. Just helps it stay a little bit smoother in theory as you're going through all the fabric. What's going on here? try that again. Are you on Instagram? Yes, I am. Floral I don't know, just like my Twitter handle. Now, I usually do Nelson on there, as you will see. Okay, so when working with seams that are not crucial, it's best to do like the Henson stitch or the ladder stitch. There's one of those two. They are a little bit different, but they both hide the seams. And we don't want seams. Now, do we? Frodo Baggins. Seams are unseemly. That has been my motto since I started doing all this stuff. All right, so I'm attempting the ladder stitch, or at least what I understand to be the ladder stitch. And it's where you basically you create like a ladder. I know it sounds like crazy rocket science, but there are tons of videos out there teaching you how to do it, so I'm not going to worry about teaching it. But what it does is it causes the fabric to fold in on itself. So that you don't see the seam, in theory. Unless you screw it up. But I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I tend to be a close sewer. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's the seam. Don't know how well it shows up in there. But I will be fighting that seam all the way back. If you didn't know, you don't use the ladder stitch or the Henson stitch for anything other than cosmetics, meaning how it's gonna look, not anything structural. So if you're sewing something on structural, you'll do a different kind of stitch, and then you'll kind of do the edges with a ladder stitch to make it blend in. But the nice thing is, again, I'm going to be covering up a lot of this with fur. I'm just making sure that just in case when I'm doing this, it needs to have a spot that's revealed that I'm okay. Like when I get back here, I'm just going to whip stitch it and it'll be done, because that will be covered, guaranteed. I know I just said I was totally going to go back there with this ladder stitch, but I'm not going to. So, yeah, so that hides it right there. So if you're like, you lied, I did, I'm sorry. All right. All right, let's stitch this. We don't care. So whip stitch is just basically doing loops, as you will see. It's actually what I did with the mouth, to be honest with you. But the mouth, I wasn't really so much trying to hide the seam. He seemed interested in making, oh, that's cool. He also wants Floral to do his hair. Like, he wants Floral to, like, come over and give him a hairdo, or floral to be more presentable? You know what, maybe I'll put this on better. At this exact moment. And then I'm not wasting any glue. So I don't know if you guys can picture it, but the red fur is like Elmo. Like literally, it's like Elmo fur. So if you're like, so you can take a vote. I mean, we can kind of put them up before we truly vote, but we could do a vote. You're not that sure. Well, that's fine. So again, I'm not giving this the TLC that it should have, just because it's all gonna get covered up anyway. So I could like glue it down, but I don't know. I just feel like thread is what matters, because you just want it to look professional. We'll be sewing the fur on the back of the head, very similar to Weldon's, and so it's just gonna be like just a ball of fur on the back of the head here. But I'm not going to do that until I've got the rest of the body made up. What's going on here? I think I was grabbing some of the foam. So much more variety for choices of the States. Well, I actually ordered it from the States. I ordered the fur from Puppet Pelts. The green fur I actually got off of Amazon for floral. So this, my other fleece was from Puppet Pelts in the States. And that's kind of the kicker, though, is paying that duty on the fleece. Because for about $100 of fabric, you're paying about $40 in fees. So just consider that. I'm just glad Larry found you. Are a great guy and a great addition to the Puppets International. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Me and Larry are hoping to do something together soon-ish. Like there's a skit that we're kind of working on slowly that he's got his end to work on. He's just super busy with things, so I'm not worried about it. You're like, wow, he's just not caring. I'm gonna care once I get a little further right here. This I'm just tacking it together. Okay, here we go. There's the 10 restrict here. Oh, you're in Australia. Nice. Do you build puppets too, Brad? Or what all do you do? If you are a creator. If you guys want, you can ask whatever questions you want. Cannot promise I'll give the answer you're looking for, but I will give you an answer. All opinions shall be my own. I will not lie either. I will promise you that. I will not lie. You do. Right on, man. So do you have an Instagram, Brad? I'm guessing if you're looking for mine, then you probably do. It's not. There. And then, just go poke this through. Oh, I didn't notice that miss. I did not. Okay. Oh yeah, man. If you actually come, if you're in Canada, it's probably very similar. We have a place called Fabricland. They are junk in terms of faux fur. Even fleece, obviously, because Nylon is so specific. All right. Feel good about that. That's what we're doing. Stick that eye down. All right. Now that I have confidence again from stitching. See if I can clean up this portion right here at all. I should just tack down the pin just on the chin here. But not poke straight through because that would be stupid. Sticking the fingers through here. Like I did right here. All right. Stupid idiot. Ren Stimpy, anyone? Bueller? Actually, you know what? I think it's okay. That would be fine. Let's see. Do I have enough thread for that though? That's the question. You're talking about this guy or your guy? If you guys haven't, feel free to like and subscribe. You don't have to, but it does help. You're a guy, okay. What's your guys called? Or your guy called? Is he on your Instagram? He's called Randy Metalhead Puppet. There, it picks on screen. All right. I would look him up right away, but the computer's actually pretty far away from me. And there's a camera tripod in the way. Brad, type in your Instagram handle in the chat so anyone can go and check him out. I have no idea how far his beard's going to go down when I do it. So I need to actually just shrunk along with this scene here. By George, I think I'll have enough fur to get or thread to do this piece. And if you're curious who my main inspiration for actually building was, the first guy really that I kind of like leaned heavily into was Adam Krutinger, utilizing his free patterns. Um, The first puppet I built from of old utilized like a melon head shape, kind of like Professor Honeydew shape. But that puppet was huge, and it was a full gloved arm puppet. And as much as I love gloved arm puppets, they're a lot of work, and you don't have a free hand to do stuff with if you need it. It's kind of the curse of the gloved arm puppet. Once you're in, you're in. I'm sure someone, I think Rafi actually does it with gloved arm puppet, but he also uses like a keyboard or like a pedal board as well. He's playing games and stuff. Adam is great value. He truly is. So random Brad creator underscores in between. I usually throw in Snowdub's chat anyway. I have an evil nasty clown to build later in the year. LOL. Have the gear ready to go. Nice. Are you guys in any of the puppet groups at all or no on Facebook? Do you guys use Facebook? I'll admit I'm a bit of a boomer, and I totally do use Facebook. You know what? I think I'll be safe to kind of wrap that part up. How does that seam look to you guys? It's pretty bad on the camera, huh? It's okay. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. I'm gonna whip stitch it on the inside for that last leg. Because I'm just gonna be wrapping it on the inside anyway. And there's only like an inch. I'm a loner. Not a true loner. You're here with us. If you were a true loner, you'd be truly alone. And you're not. So, in your face, Brad. In your face. All right. That thread got me exactly where I wanted it to. Perfect. The garbage pile there. Now to do that seam, and then this seam, and then I think I'm good for seams. Crow. So part of my personal problem, I don't know if you guys experience this at all, is I'm just one of those guys that wants to get stuff done. And so as much as I'm also a perfectionist, I'm also a guy that wants to get stuff just over with. And so if I need accountability, if you guys notice me just getting tired and you're like, dude, you're cooked, just stop. Hold me to account. Just say, just pick up tomorrow. We'll love you then as well. And I'll take you up on that probably. Probably. Okay. do it here. Go tuck that in there. What does that? Oh, tooth. That's right. Let's try it like that. Maybe that'll keep it out of the fang. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to fire away. It could have something to do with puppets. It could have absolutely nothing to do with the puppets. Well played, Fluff. Well played. Join the Puppets International Discord. It's a logo of a sock if you find it. Sock puppet. Cartoon. I saw the Grogu puppet. Didn't really. To be honest with you, I didn't pay too much attention to it other than just a quick look. As much as I like Star Wars, I'm very done with Star Wars. So I saw the Grogu puppet. I was just like, yeah. The real question is, Brad, what do you think of Kermit's new voice? Do you think Matt Vogel is good as Kermit, or are you not? Or are you actually a Puppets fan, or a Muppets fan, I should say? Because there's the difference between the Muppets fans and the Disney fans. And Disney fans, they like Matt Vogel. The Muppets fans, they do not like Matt Vogel. As Kermit. He's great at other things. It's just him as Kermit. That was the mistake. They really should be getting the guy that's doing Ernie right now to do Kermit. I don't watch any of the new Muppet shows. Okay, fair enough. F Disney Stars. I don't allow links. How do I change that? I'm happy to change it. I don't really think there's anyone that's going to send anything terrible in here, but unless you willfully, you're going to send people to filthy, dirty things. If so, please don't. My wife and I tried watching Muppets Haunted Mansion, and Dave Goles, the guy that plays Gonzo, you can tell he's depressed because Gonzo just doesn't even seem like Gonzo anymore. It was like the worst Gonzo puppetry I've seen him do ever. He clearly misses the team between Frank being gone and Steve being gone. And actually, just really depressing. Got the old school Muppet gear on DVD. That's good enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I just like seeing the creativity. That's kind of my thing. Oh, the Muppets used to be hyper creative. They've also lost their humor. And not that it was like edgy, but they they took themselves seriously. I guess this is probably where I best understand like the critiques of guys like Mahler and Critical Drinker and those kind of guys. Is a story that takes itself seriously. Um, but in this case, it's the characters that take themselves seriously, and the Muppets presently do not. I think that's the best portion of this which I've done. It's because I was letting it build up a little bit before I put it together. Well, I think that's just a lesson learned. This specific fabric. Maybe that's just something I've just never done properly before, and I just finally realized what mistakes always. The problem is, if I do it too long, I've broken the thread that way. Gonzo's one of my favorites, yeah. The mech work he did on Grogu was cool, though. I don't care about Mando. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, I love mechanics and puppets. That's why I did Floral the way I did, but it's just that rudimentary, um, um, what do you call it? System that Adam Kruger showed several years ago on how to make a blinking eye puppet. So I wish I could. I mean, I guess as I'm getting tools and stuff, it's easier to experiment and figure stuff out. For Christmas, I got a drill and I got a heat gun. I found things on sale for family members to get them for me because I never really had good tools before. It's always just been kind of like fly by the seat of my pants, make things work. You know, as a true noob. So floral is like floral's simultaneously the easiest and most complicated puppets I do. It's because they spent so much time trying to perfect the eyes on him so that they blink properly. But when it came to the fur and stuff, like I hand sewed the whole thing. He wasn't stitched at all with the machine like other puppets I've done. It was for girls. Okay. Apparently this thread had a lot more stretch to it than I thought. That sucks. Whatever. I guess I know what I'm doing with her. Are you talking about the one on Netflix? I'm guessing, because that's the only series, the Dark Crystal movie. No, which I've never actually watched either. We got rid of Netflix because of Cuties, and just also a bunch of the other content that they were putting out there. My wife and I are not fans of. And so ended that. So now we only have Disney Plus. Which even then, that's starting to kind of get tiresome. And one reason I have Disney Plus is because of my girls. They need something for them because they need the quiet time. You don't want to always be buying new movies. So Disney Plus is the cheaper way to do it. Get tired of everything. Which I'm not always opposed to doing. Present circumstances include globally. Not that anyone should pirate, obviously. Well, that's good. I'm glad that the AI mechanism worked out for you in 2019. And I know why, because you're Australian. I mean, maybe you saw in the chat in the Twitter feed. My dad, his name is Randy as well, but Randy with an IE. So when he lived in Australia, he did not need a nickname. And the reason why it's an IE in his name, this is all just tangled. I don't know what I did. I'm not too worried about this thing. Let's see if I can do it. If I can't do it in the next few seconds, I'll just say whatever. Oh, did it. All right. Yeah, I know I say this about Randy with an IE. When he moved to Australia, he didn't need a nickname. That's pretty much it. If you know the joke, you know the joke. If you don't, you're screwed. I'll just do what I did with that last guy. Last stitch there. This last little bit. Just quick stitch it on the inside. Fluffy, if you're still in the chat, how old are you? How old are you, Brad? How old are you? Other random. I guess there's only two other viewers. Hey, Zero, how you doing? Zero, I checked out your channel the other day. Today? I don't know. One of these points. Wednesdays. I guess it would have been either last night or today. Yeah. So you haven't uploaded for like a year. What's going on? Been lurking at work. Nice. Zero, I'm assuming you're in like late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in the neck of the woods. That could just be the beard. At least based on the video. Twitch is where you think, okay, so old enough to butcher. I will never tell. Fair enough. Fair enough. Late 20s, nice. I used to never could get into Twitch. I don't know why. I mean, when I play Rocket League, the recent Blue Moon, and I got the championship stuff, I'll throw it on as it's in the background. I realize how much of a piece of junk I am at Rocket League, but beyond that, I subscribe to people just to be nice, but I don't use it. Oh. The original Land Championship Series every once in a while. Yeah, it's I actually really do like it. I'd be happy to jump on with someone at some point to even stream it. I don't care. Not on my channel, on theirs. Do games twos or something. I pretend to be Floral. Oh, not pretend. I am Floral. I am Floral. Or Floral is me. That's the thing. So Floral is my grumpy side. He says all the stuff that I wish I could say publicly, but don't. And then there's Nelson. Nelson's just like that stupid, like, I just want to make like kid humor. Because it's, again, like, it's just kind of who I am. I love watching kid movies and doing that stuff. I just realized I was sewing close to my body again, so you guys couldn't see a thing. And so, like, kids movies, I love watching those things. I hate watching horror. Don't watch anything with like sex or nudity. So Nelson, he's just kind of like that innocent kid, I guess. Not really the innocent kid, just more like the playful, I guess. And then Coco would be the innocent side, like where I'm not always up on all the lingo of all the cool kids these days. And I will never be one to say that's fire or whatever, because I don't want to look like a moron. And I will not type it unless I'm being like totally sarcastic. So you think my grumpy side is is cute? But yeah, so Floral, his voice was based off of me practicing for years to do Optimus Prime. Optimus is a lot deeper. So Optimus is like, Autobots, transform and roll out. And then Floral is more just like, hey everyone, I'm Floral. So it's not as deep, it's not as low. Nelson, he's kind of a combo of Smeagol and just trying to be high pitch with Smeagol slash Stitch, because Stitch, he's just hello everybody, my name is Stitch. Ohana is family. Whereas Smeagol, he's more like the precious, nasty, dressy first. There's horses. We gouge their eyes out. Yes, precious. And so Nelson, he's just kind of like a little bit of an in-betweener there. Hello, everybody. My name is Nelson. Yeah, so that's kind of where it comes from. It's just trying to do something similar. And just anytime you say teeth, you just want to say teeth. You can't say teeth. It's teeth. Because he just wants everyone to see his new teeth that came in, which are pumpkin teeth. So in the same box of teeth that I ordered off of Amazon for the troll here, is where Ness's teeth came from. And so originally he didn't have teeth. Thanks, man. I have always valued voiceovers, and so the voices that I have no ability to do, I will not even try to attempt. My Kermit is okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Kermit the Frolic, and I'm just really glad that you're all here watching my stream. So thank you so much for watching. The only problem is I can't do the thing that he sometimes screwed up that he does. However, I got my Miss Piggy. Hello, Kermit. How are you today? Hello, Frog. And so it's fun to do those voices as I'm messing around and doing stuff. Like it's voiceovers I've always loved. My dream is to do voiceovers for like something professional. I mean, so this is all just experimentation. So my big thing is on the voices is when people say that they do the voices, but then I hear them do it, and it's like, don't want to be rude, but I think I can do better than you. And then sure enough, I do. But when I was a kid, I loved doing Squirtle. And then doing Jigglypuff, which Jigglypuff is actually kind of similar to Stitch and those guys. Okay, maybe I can't do it because my voice is too dry, but no, I can't do it right now. Normally I can do it higher, but I also don't want to wake anyone up upstairs. And I don't want my wife to be like, what the heck were you doing? And her just laughing at me because I sound like an idiot doing Pokemon voices for an audience that she doesn't know is actually watching. So, anyway, there we go. Those are all stitched in. I feel okay about that. We'll see how he looks once I take this pin out. Okay, so that stitch I'm going to tie off officially. Just with a loop knot, and then I'll just push her right through the phone. What do we got on here? The cheek. There you go. Stab myself. Perfect. There. Pull it through just for that extra rigidity. How many miles do you have on that car? Miles? I have no idea. Kilometers? Canada. 260-ish. I got it at 153 years ago. When you're driving high school students around for different things, you tack on a lot of clicks. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that right. Maybe I'll just do it like that. So I just want the. I'm trying this. Normally I would just leave that hanging and it would attach, but I'm trying this differently this time. So I'm thinking maybe grabbing out the contact cement and putting that in. Contact cement it is. I'm just going to go for it. That's what it's all about, right? If you're Adam Kruger, he'd be like, make sure to wear a face mask when using contact cement. Sit next to your furnace and let it take the fumes. Doesn't say flammable on the can. You drive in that car? No, not when I'm filming. It's not sitting on a phone holder. It might be like all the other YouTubers, sit in a parked car and do something. What are the cops gonna do? If they pull me over, they're gonna be like, "Sir, you driving distracted?" We're like, "No, it's a puppet." How can you be distracted driving with a puppet on your hands? Driving. That's one thing. I drove around with that first big glove arm puppet that I made. Drove around town with him. Went through the drive-through at Tim Hortons. People there loved him. They thought, great. They thought it was hilarious. I've never had a puppet go through the drive-through before. I know you wouldn't expect that, but that was true. They didn't see that coming. And then distracted driving laws all really kicked into high gear here in Canada. And can't really do that with high school kids in the van anymore. I actually did that Volkswagen Beetle. Drive-through. And yes, that video is on YouTube. No, I'm not telling you where it is. That's how you get doxxed, kids. That's how you get doxxed. I've probably like doxxed myself already, give it up enough details. Alright. Is floral in Flintstone age? I don't know what that means, fluff. Well, I love that Floof asked about the teeny car in stream. Oh, this car. Oh. Yeah, no, that thing, it's probably got a couple good kilometers on it. That one. Sorry, I thought you were talking about my Instagram videos. All right. Heating gun. There we go. I can hit this with a blast quick. Okay. Wait, hold on, start this. Yeah, part of the reason why we got this house is because our girls, they needed a place to run around. When we were at a friend's house, they had a basement set up for their grandkids. And so we're like, well, that's amazing. Like, just give the grandkids the basement to screw around in when they come over. We want that for our kids. And so we got a house with a finished basement so they can bring all their random crap down here, and especially in the winter, they need to have a spot to run around. Well, kids, there we go. Yeah. Just copy and paste on your end, and it will direct link to your Instagram. So, anyway, I lost some of the movement in on the fabric tacking, but that's okay. If whatever. I mean, with time, it'll loosen up. So, yeah. All right, let's do some of the features. This is the we get to have some fun, kids. So, all right, fabric. All right, so this is the red element for you guys get to speak into this. So initially, I was thinking the black, but I'm willing to consider the red. Willing. Ooh, that's maybe too much. Yeah, that's too much, I think. There's the black. Thinking black, guys. What do you think? Red. Red's just. It's like a cherry red. I think that's too much. It's too pinky. It doesn't really go well. I mean, ideally, I would have had brown, but. Ugh. Fur mouth. Ugh. Okay, actually, maybe let's do the eyes. I think the eyes will be more fun to try to do right now as we are looking at all of this. So when I'm looking at Weldon, his eyes are kind of sad sitting. So we stick the eyes kind of just like that. I think that'll be pretty good. Don't want it to be fully. That's probably the best way to do her. So mark it with a pen. Put it on the floor. So my goal with this guy, just so you guys know, is I want him to somehow show up on Weldon's stream to troll him. Maybe a mix of both. Black but cool. Help make his eyes pop. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So if I don't want to do is go too far out. I just want to make sure that I give enough contact cement and trim the fur down where I need to. But I don't want to get the contact cement on anything else. So, let's see here. Go back there. I want to still get some good coverage, but. Okay, black does look better. Okay, if the red was more of an auburn, yeah, no, yeah. If it had that brown in it, that's the thing, but it does not. Because I went for what was on sale. One of the things that Adam teaches is trim this stuff down as much as possible. Where's my really sharp, tiny scissors? I just took those the other day. They're hiding here somewhere. Somewhere in this mess. I guess I'm just using these. That'll work. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. So initially, I was thinking that this guy would be Russian. That's kind of what was going through my mind first. A Russian troll. But then that just I just couldn't nail the accent that I really wanted to do. So I was like, okay, so moving on. So then I thought, what if he was Scottish? Because I'm gonna have red fur, or Irish. And again, I just can't nail those accents. And so that's what I thought. You know what? I'll just give him a fat tongue, so that he can't really talk properly. Hey guys, how's it going on? And then keep changing the name, doing something like Wilson or something in that neck of the woods, similar to Welton, but off enough that they could be cousins. It's like Welton's parents chose the name that this guy's parents wanted, but so they had to choose something close, but we're in the same vein, kind of a thing. Get a little bit closer. There we go. Momento of trutho. May I not screw this up? Too much on there. Now this is the part I really don't want to screw up. Or do not let it drip. Do not let it drip. No drips. So I think if I probably can't do this tomorrow because I got to work, but Friday night, I could pretty much for sure do this. So that'll be the next one. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Good. So remember, there's hot glue under this. So I don't want to do this too under here. I'll make it too hot. But also the fabric soaks up my stuff, so. At the same time, fills up some of the hot glue. That's okay, just because the wooden balls are going right where the hot glue is getting peeled up anyway. So. That's not huge. Whose schnoz is bigger than his? Oh. At this point, his. And my grandpa's nose got pretty big, and I take after him quite a bit. So my nose will be pretty big probably that time in the 70s. Oh. Okay, moment of truth. Here we go. Use these as a guide and Kirchhoff. Use these as a guide. And then stick my hand inside and really help get them on. There we go. I got 5. Perfect. All right. So that's pretty good in there, I think. So the nose, that's where we're at now, is the nose. So there is a trick that Adam showed in one other video. It might actually just work to my advantage here. If it doesn't, it's easy enough to fix. So poke through all of that. And then I'm just gonna very gently kind of loop my way around the nose and see what happens here when I pull on it. Get through. So normally you would do this on a ball nose, but I'm not doing it on a ball nose, obviously. It's more like a pig nose. But part of the thing is this is going to make it a little bit tighter to work with. Okay. There we go. Kind of just pulled it right in. Not gonna lie, not gonna say that's too bad. I'm just trying to pull this one other piece back in a little bit further if I can. You know what? I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so schnoz in action. Throw that away. Hey! Hey, well done! It's been a while. What do you guys think? Looking pretty good? Yeah. If I can get. Oh, I wish I could arch this more. That would be awesome. With time it will give. Nice. All right. Oh yeah, John Carroll is clearly a bot. And I thought it was the bots yesterday, and then I figured this would go away. All right. So here we go. Let's attach this schnoz. I'm just trying to do the infant stitch here, or the ladder stitch, or whatever. So whatever stitch I've been doing. These days. I don't care. Don't tangle right here. Come on. There. So I'm thinking after the nose here today is going to be calling her quits. Starting to get those tired shakes. I want this thing to, I do want this thing to look as good, professional as possible. So with this kind of stuff, you could glue it on, but we want it to last. That's pretty thick, right? So. There's stuff you can glue that doesn't matter because it can be reattached fairly easily. And then there's this kind of stuff where it's like teeth. How to trust you?
Fluffy, I asked this question already. How old are you? I don't think you answered, or I don't think I saw.
Ah. Okay, gotta push this needle through. It's hitting glue. Ah. That kind of sucks. Lost the definition of his nose there. Doing that. Because his nose was indented. So, there's probably a way to save that. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Or tomorrow morning, depending on if I want to try to clean up that nose or not. 25 nice. So, anyway, there we go, guys. I think that will be good for tonight. Yeah, so if I turn off this light here, you kind of see some of those features a little bit different, a little bit more. So again, like a lot of this is going to get all covered up, so I don't feel too bad that it's showing. So apparently, if you use some Velcro, hide those seams or pull them out a little bit easier. Really, it's fine. Once you're doing it. And unless you still have very good Velcro, which is possible. No, it's actually working. Apparently Velcro is the trick. At least on my eyes. You can probably see it a little bit easier with the camera there, but yes. In person, you can't really see that seam as much. It's all that made it disappear. Again, I hate seams with passion, but alas. First time doing it this way, and I know that I can hide them, so. Actually, I could, it gives me character, whatever. I can see that it's all underneath anyway. The head, though, looks better. Let's just whip stitch. The head, that's all the head. All right. Yeah, it is pretty great progress. I feel pretty good about this. It's yeah. So again, I think the way I'll tackle it, trying to give that nose some definition again, is I'll destroy my fingers and I'll pull some thread in and just try to angle it in there. I really should have just used some of the L200. this stuff, which I think is how I'm going to make the tongue. It's just, I think it's what? It's half a centimeter, meaning it is how much? Quarter inch? This is quarter inch. Quarter inch L200. It's actually just left over from the, what do you call it? It was from the air conditioner. That's it. They're right behind me. So, yeah. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Can't get the movement in the mouth that I wanted. So I wanted him to be able to. I mean, you can get a little bit in there. Don't know how well you can see it, but might be able to do it better with his hand, which is my. Oh yeah, this is stronger. The tooth tucks in behind the nose there. I don't know if you can see that. If I So well done. I really don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, guys. This is the voice, and yeah. So don't know what you guys are doing tonight, but whatever you're doing, be good, stay safe, and I don't know. It's kind of thing of what Larry's saying. What did Larry say? Larry says, you guys have been good, but or you guys have been great, but we've been better, something like that. Larry in IRL, that guy. So yeah. So anyway, hope you guys can see the potential of this guy, where it's going. You know, there's gonna be a big tongue right in there, and yeah. So happy hunting, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, bye. Have a good night. I'm gonna set the stream down now. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, actually, maybe before I do that, you guys can see how he's gonna look with the torso. Now I can dream. I dreamed a dream of something. All right. Maybe his torso can sit on here. Whoop. Does that work? He's gonna look so dumb, but great. He is going to look great. I am pumped as to how this is gonna look. So, oh man, now I'm just tempted to just play with this forever but I really need to go to bed, guys. I just need to go to bed. So yeah, this is me looking at the camera, I think. You look cool, Brad. All right, guys. Be good. Stay out of trouble. Don't join gangs unless they have cool names. This makes me think of Lord of the Rings. That's what it makes me think of. With his head sitting on the stick. Yeah. All right. Cool. Bye.